Okay, let's get started. So lots of amazing changes to the channel. The first and most important one is that my Discord is now open to the public, open to all viewers of all colors and sizes. So if you go to istebrak.com and click on the community tab right here, the Discord invite will be posted here. If you wanted to find it quickly. But for now, you can find it on the latest video. I've been tweeting it. It's been around. A lot of people joined. I think around 300 people have joined so far, which is really cool. So the subreddit, what is it? It's where you can get your work critiqued. So today I'm taking a look at this piece. And this piece, you could go to the subreddit right here, istebrak.com, click on the little subreddit icon right there, and it'll take you to our subreddit. The link is also right here if anybody needs it. Oh, I believe I have to update that one as well. But it'll be updated by the time I'm done. Yeah, and this is where I'll announce all big announcements. For instance, the Harvest Goddess Design Challenge that's coming up for September. It's basically August to September. And then September to October is going to be the Halloween challenge, which I still not have designed yet. Please do join us on the subreddit. We still need the subreddit because I don't pick work from the Discord community to critique. I pick work from the subreddit to critique. So that's why the subreddit is still incredibly important. And that's it for announcements, really. Those are the only two things. Look out on my website, on my store for flash sales. I actually had a flash sale a couple weekends ago. I think, yeah, 2 weekends ago. And Portrait Studio and my masterclass and my brushes went down 30%, which is huge. So make sure you guys are watching my store if you're interested in getting both of them. Okay, so let's get right into it. I love the colors on this piece. I have a feeling you use references, but I'm not entirely sure. And I just wanted to talk about what it is that you did right, what you did wrong, and what do we need to do to get it to that next level of realism. The rules of three-quarter view are as follows. We should always see prioritization for the cylinder or the sphere edge, right? But there are points of this. These are easy to catch. The nose edge, the cheek, the eyebrow bone, and the chin. These are easy to see. But the ones that aren't easy to see are the smaller little worlds of cylinder. So the symmetry line itself also starts revealing the cylinders. Look at that. Look at how many sides or spherical edge of a cylinder we're seeing. We're seeing this one, this one. This one's more of a dome. This one right here, the cylinder of the lip. The lip is just one big, really hot dog over another hot dog. That's it. And then we have a C shape, which is convex of the lower or upper chin area, and then the C shape here. Then we have smaller little worlds again, C shape of the side of the eyeball, C shape of the other eyeball. So this is the fundamental rule of three-quarter view, that we have to start seeing so this is a cylinder from head on, right? You don't really see its curvature. As soon as you add a three-quarter view angle to that cylinder and a little bit of foreshortening in this case, you start seeing the curved edge of the cylinder. So that is what I'm talking about, that push out, that's what creates volume. So obviously in some areas here you've completely skipped that. So I would like to correct that for you. So the Cupid's bow, see that curve in the Cupid's bow that you didn't have? That's really good for three-quarter view. And then yes, now the upper lips are not as big. I can enlarge them and make them bigger so you could get that original character out. But now they're more proportionate. So I can like give her some quick filler. From three-quarter view and from the side. The nostrils are usually higher than the septum. The septum is usually lower. You can see that when you look at noses from the side. There's always a little droopy bit. Some noses have a strong droop. Some noses, like Asian noses or African noses, have almost no septum droop. They're all like pretty much level, but those noses are upturned. And this is not an African or Asian face. This is a Caucasian face. Caucasian faces usually protrude out and droop down just a little bit. The noses, sorry. And then generally, I think you have an issue with your edges. You don't seem to know which edges to blur. So good job on blurring the edges of the canvas, but the edges that you've blurred around the focus, around the focal point, which is that T of the between the eyes, that was a bad blur. You should not be blurring like that. And actually, I'm just gonna get my blocking brush and then just block without mercy, just blocking anything that may feel like it's just, for some reason, our vision went down from 20/20 to something like half that for the other eye, which is not, again, confusing, because why would we blur the far eye? And if it is stylistic, you should have blurred it even more if this was some kind of stylistic attempt to minimize what's visible. But at the end of the day, it just looks like as an artist that isn't necessarily skilled in three-quarter view, and not skilled enough to be breaking the rules for style. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when you get a chance, push your skill. That's what you all should be thinking. Like, when I get a chance to show what I can do, I'm going to show it until the day where I know so much that it's actually extremely boring for me to paint things perfectly proportionate. Those are the days where your instinct will guide you toward style, and you'll actually start breaking rules because you feel it. You feel your way through it, not because it was something that you already didn't know how to do and you just made a little bit of finesse around it, and then suddenly you've got your drawing. Doesn't look like a real formulated style, and it won't be taken seriously by any professional eyes that happen to fall on your portfolio. So that shadow that you were casting, there was so much light on half of the face, but the other half was just pitch black, or almost pitch black. That wasn't accurate. That doesn't happen on a face. If that far face was that dark, it means the whole room is so dark, and the light casting or falling on the face means that it's a very weak light, so the shadows would be long and sharp, and it makes no sense anymore. Because why would then half the face be that bright if there was diffused, not direct, not candlelit, and not spotlight that's weak in a dark room? See how it makes no sense? Nothing is explaining the bright side, and nothing is explaining the dark side. For the lower eye bags, to make them realistic, all you really got to do is just not connect it toward the inner eyelid. Don't connect it here. You see how you connect the shadow to the inner eyelid? That's starting to look like an outline. To make it look realistic, just don't connect it. So before, after. Just don't connect these two. Don't make that little connection line, because that's when it makes it look like a sketch of an eye, flattened sketch of an eye. So again, before, after. It's like it takes the realism to a whole new level. So small changes to help promote the three-dimensional look, but they make a big difference. So you see how dark your piece was before? It's very, very dark on the far side. You know, at most would be something like this, but definitely not as dark as you had it before, which is almost a blackout. And it would just be radial shading. You get the shadow color and you slowly drop it towards the edges like that. If you guys want to join the Critique Hour, if you guys want to have your work critiqued, all you have to do is go to Istebrak.com and click on the subreddit icon right here. This is where it all happens. Here, you'll find the link to my Discord community. Discord is really cool because you can chat with me. We can hang out at nights. It's really fun. We all just start painting and hanging out sometimes. It's also really great. It has a little bulletin text channel where we can share, I can share information about upcoming challenges, the upcoming Harvest Goddess Challenge. Consider this video and a full announcement for it, like an actual official announcement. You guys will have a Harvest Goddess, a repeat of the last 2 years ago, I think, challenge, where you're painting a harvest elemental. It's like a goddess, but there's a little bit of a twist to it this time around. But I'll post everything there. But we will be hosting this one through Discord mostly. Yeah. So please make sure you guys join the Discord if you use Discord, and look out for Portrait Studio sales on my store. this upcoming weekend. It was a 5-hour sale, and my masterclass was at $60. It's usually at $90, and Portrait Studio was like $5 cheaper. So if you want those two, you can get them at a much cheaper price this upcoming weekend on Saturday between 1 and 5 p.m. Eastern time. If not this Saturday, next Saturday, but it's like a small little 5-hour window where everything is like half off almost. So please make sure you guys look at that if you are interested. And that's it really for announcements. If you learned something today, please, please, please consider joining as a $1 patron on Patreon. I know you may say it's just $1, somebody else will do it, but I really am trying to get everybody on board. And just so that the channel stays self-reliant and not so much reined in by all these rules about how to keep your videos shorter and clickbait, even though I've been trying to do a little bit of that with my emojis and my title changes, but they're still very honest. It's honest clickbaiting, sort of. Anyways, thank you everyone for joining today. I really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone who comes out to the live streams. I'll see you guys on Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Bye.